Hello guys, Lego Master Reviews here, and today I'll be reviewing the LEGO Star Wars BrickHeadz set 40676, The Phantom Menace. This set has 732 pieces and retails for $54.99 in the US. It is in celebration of the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace. You can see we get 6 characters from that movie, being Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, Count Paka, Queen Amadala, Anakin Skywalker, and Jarjar. And with that out of the way, let's jump right on into this review. Taking a look at the box, you can see you get all your characters in this set there, which is very cool, but the one thing I really want to show you is that on the side of the box, you actually get a picture of Padme there, as well as the 25th anniversary logo for the Phantom Menace, the LEGO logo, and even the Star Wars logo, so that is very cool, and just makes this set feel a lot more special, and like you don't normally see this on sets, so that's just super cool and something I wanted to share with you. And before we take a look at the BrickHeadz, something I want to know is that every single BrickHeadz in this set has their very own instructions, so if you wanted to build this set with friends or family, that's a really great option. Like you could give one Jar Jar Binks, and you could give another person like Qui-Gon Jinn, so that's a very fun and just really cool option. I really like how this set did that. One thing I do kind of wish though is that if you are building the set alone, you have to look through the instructions to see which one is like number one, and you have to just keep going through them. But again, this is definitely a set that's supposed to be built with like friends and family, and I think that's a really cool detail. Starting with the Jar Jar Binks BrickHeadz, I think this looks spot on. I like the ears on the back of his head there, as well as the eyes kind of lifted up a bit higher. I really like the prints for those as well. You can see it's using this piece here for his nose, which I think is a really clever usage there. Also like how this like bracket here is in white, and you can see you get a tan piece underneath that. And when you look at it from like straight on, you can see it looks like his teeth there, so that's also very cool. And the whole shaping of his head is just really spot on, so I think LEGO nailed that. Also really like the coloring on him too. I think LEGO got all like the little like coloring details on him, very accurate, even on the arms there, and you can even see on the feet there, you get a little bit of like tan and like orange color. And speaking of his feet, you can see they're very large compared to normal BrickHeadz, like just looking at that there. And then his feet are just really huge, and one thing to know is that his feet can fall off very easily just like that, so you gotta lift a little bit more gentle like that. It's not that hard of a fix, but it just would have been nice if it was built a little bit stronger. You can see he also has a very nice print on the front of his torso there. One thing to note also is that every single detail you see in here is a print. There's never stickers in BrickHeadz sets, so that's also very nice there. And you can see his stand is just the normal BrickHeadz stand. And overall, I think this is a fantastic Jar Jar Binks BrickHeadz. I think every little detail is very well represented. I think if this sold on like its own for like $10 as like its own set, I think it would sell very well because Jar Jar is just such a funny character. Now taking a look at the Anakin Skywalker BrickHeadz, you can see it's a lot shorter than your average BrickHeadz, but I like the helmet a lot of him. You can see it's like half red and half gray. And you get some circular pieces on the side there as well, and these T-slopes here. You can see it's pretty flat like on this section here, but on the front, you got a binocular piece being used there as well as a fun piece, and this can rotate a little bit, but if you remove it, you can see his eyes are printed down there, so I like that detail a lot there. You can see that his hands are a lot smaller than your average BrickHeadz too, which is pretty funny. And his legs are also pretty short, but you can see on the other side he has a hammer as an accessory. And one thing to know is that his legs are pretty fragile. You can see he fall off pretty easily, so that could have been built a little better. And you can see his stand is specially built from, so you can put these smaller legs in there. So overall, this is a fantastic Anakin Skywalker BrickHeadz. I really don't know what else you could do to make this better. Maybe like a front torso print, but still, for the most part, I think this is great, and I really like the helmet on him. Now taking a look at the Queen Amadala BrickHeadz, I think this looks amazing. It's arguably the best BrickHeadz of the set. You can see the hair is very tiled off there. I like that look a lot. On the back, you get this build for the braid there, which also looks amazing. You can see you get some translucent pieces all around the dress as well. And this very nice torso print. You can see the arms also look pretty great there, and there's like these triangle pieces there too for the shoulders. The face also looks really great there. I like this print a lot here. You get some eyes, and like this build here also looks really great. And you get these really cool gold pieces on the side as well. And you can see removing it from the stand, it's the normal BrickHeadz stand. And like this all here is just part of the BrickHeadz too. So overall, this is another really fantastic one. It's definitely the most heavy too because of all like the really like big pieces. And again, I think this is arguably the best BrickHeadz of the set. Next up is Captain Paka. I think this looks amazing. I really like the gold on this helmet there, as well as the gold on the back of his helmet. You can see you get a little brown section here that leads down to this curved piece. And I really like the curvature in that. I think that looks really cool, and it's very accurate to his helmet in the movie. You can also see you get that on the other side, as well as these tiled off pieces and these studs here. Also, I like the chrome in his belt a lot there, as well as a little black section in the middle. And on the front, you also get that, so that's very cool. You can see his arms have like a little bit of blue on there, as well as his gloves, so that's very cool. I'm really glad that they were able to get his gloves there. You can also see he has his pistol on the side there. I think his legs also look really great there, like the blue and like the black, like it really represents his boots very well, so that's also very nice. You have his printed eyes there, and then the stand is this normal BrickHeadz stand. And overall, as far as the Captain Paka BrickHeadz go, I think this looks really great, but there's no denying that. I think I would have rather had like Obi-Wan Kenobi here, but still, really great to get him. I think LEGO nailed the look of him. Next up is Qui-Gon Jinn, and I really like the texturing on his hair. I think everything about it just looks really great. You also get the hair tie on the back and the hair on his shoulders, so that's also really cool attention to detail. You can even see you get some printed eyes, and the facial hair is also really well built. It's like a really interesting building process, but you can see like that piece, and then this whole piece kind of just clips up, and I think it really works though. You can see you also get a very nice torso print. Something weird though is that the like skin tone as well as the like robe color for the robes are like the exact same, so like you can see they leave a little section for his like torso, but it's like the exact same color, so it makes no difference. Just really weird choice there. Like I don't really get why they want to just use light nougat, so that's very weird, but the printing itself does look very nice there with his belt. You can also see you get the arms there, and on the back you have his hood, so that's very cool. And you can see like the front section of his robes are kind of like more out too, so that's very cool. You can see there's a little bit of black on his legs, and he even has his lightsaber and this normal BrickHeadz stand. But yeah, overall not a bad Qui-Gon BrickHeadz, but I think the choice for his skin tone is very odd, and it kind of makes me wish that maybe they just brick built the poncho, because that would have been a very cool look. And last up, but definitely not least, is the Darth Maul BrickHeadz. This is another one that's arguably the best BrickHeadz of the set. I think everything about this just looks great. I love the horns on the top of his head, as well as the horns on the side of his head. I think the ears also look amazing there. I do kind of wish that the earring was printed on there though, just because that's such like a cool detail about Darth Maul. So that would have been very cool. I don't know if Lego can actually print on like this side of that kind of like sloped piece, but that would have been a very nice detail to get. But the face is really well printed. I love all the details here, and even get the Sith eyes printed on there, which is very cool. It's kind of like in the same style as these eyes, but they're like more like Sith colored, so that is very cool. I think the detail on his like front torso also looks great there, and like these pieces being used for his robe. You can see the side of his arms are pretty tiled off, and he even gets like that pretty much exact same detail, but there's also a little bit of red there. The back of his head is pretty tiled off though. You can see he has his double-bladed lightsaber and the normal BrickHeadz stand. And overall, like I said, this one is just super accurate. Definitely one of the best BrickHeadz of the set, if not the best. But that's gonna do it for my review on the Lego Star Wars Phantom Menace BrickHeadz pack. Overall, I think this is one of, if not the best, Lego Star Wars BrickHeadz sets ever. You get a great selection of characters. There's only a few things that I wish the set had, and a few things I don't like about the BrickHeadz. Starting with Qui-Gon, I just think the skin tone being the same as the robes is just very off, and I kind of wish that the Captain Panaka would have been replaced with Obi-Wan, just because I feel like he's more of an iconic character, but the build for Captain Panaka is still very great. I also kind of wish that we got a printed brick, kind of like the 25th anniversary brick, but with like the Phantom Menace logo on there. I think that would have been really cool to kind of just like put next to the BrickHeadz, but regardless, what you get here is just amazing, and if you're a fan of the BrickHeadz sets, or just a fan of the Phantom Menace, you're going to love this one, and I personally would give it a 9 out of 10. Only a few things I don't like, but for the most part, this is still a fantastic set, and I highly recommend it, like I said, if you're a fan of the Phantom Menace or BrickHeadz. But let me know in the comments down below what you think of this set, and if you have it, what do you think of it, and if you plan on picking it up. And thank you so much for watching this video. I truly do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed this review, and have an incredible day. Bye.